𝕊𝕆𝕀𝔸𝕃 and welcome back to my channel. This is an unexpected video for me as well, not just for you, because I wasn't planning to make any commentary on the Vampire Academy adaptations. I am reading these books. And we also all know that I promised you a part 2 to that deep dive into Vampire Academy video, where I analyzed the first 3 books. I'm not delusional, I know it's been 9 months, but I was feeling very uninspired by the series after the 4th book, so we gotta wait when the inspiration comes. In preparation of that, despite my skepticism about the new adaptation, I decided to watch the first episode. I feel like there's a high chance that I'm not going to like it, but we're going to go into it with an open mind, heart and eyes, and hopefully I will like it more than I expected. I'm low-key anxious about it and I can't explain it.
Once, long ago, we lived in the human world. The 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕸𝕃 vampires who make the rules.
And the 𝕊𝕆𝕃𝕀𝕸 guardians sworn to protect against our enemy, the 𝕊𝕆𝕃.
Undead vampires who live to kill. The spark of revolution can come from anywhere.
Excuse me,
Even
what
to
revolution?
unlikely friends.
And one night that changed everything.
What are you doing? It's not Hunger Games. They decided to give you full info without actually showing anything.
You look like a princess.
What with this cheesy music in the background? It's so bad.
𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕸𝕃. My daughters, 𝕊𝕆𝕃𝕀𝕸, 𝕊𝕆𝕃.
One royal 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕃, one non.
It doesn't follow the book at all.
Mia,
The Guardians make us suffer through this every time.
it's security protocol.
I'm really confused.
How are my delightful Dragomirs?
Happy birthday, fair lady. You don't look a day over 80.
Andre, my dear, you cheeky rascal.
They're showing what happened prior to the first book, when Lucy's family died. Still,
How should he be punished?
Being king of the Dominion will be punishment enough.
I don't know why they made this choice.
A few moments later.
Where is Andre?
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
A toast.
The sex scene was so fucking random.
Everything I want. A know-it-all big brother.
Don't understand what's going on.
The most supportive parents either one of us could ever hope for. And Rose, my best friend for life.
I got it. Makes sense now. Not everything. Let's not give them more than they deserve. But some things do. 3 months later. You won't be able to convince me that in this amount of light, an umbrella is going to save her.
Ready to go back.
Are you sure?
It's time.
Those umbrellas, they're not gonna save you.
Stop.
So that's Dmitri.
Who was that guy?
That was Dmitri, my new guardian.
Not for long.
No, I know. Don't worry. You're still going to be assigned to me after we graduate.
I think they're cutting out the part about Lisa and Rose running away from the academy is not a particularly good decision, because you take away the whole storyline of them coming back and being this big scandal, and you also lose opportunities to establish their friendship.
Girls have been friends their entire lives. I mean, we've spoiled them. Let them break all the rules. Even let them be roommates in the 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕸 dorms. Is it any surprise Rose would have certain expectations?
A guardian's duty is to do as they're told.
With all due respect, I'm not a nanny.
He's not a nanny, he's just a cradle robber.
All right. Who's there?
I'm Christian Rosera. And just to get it out of the way, no, I don't know why my parents chose the ultimate sin and turned 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕑.
Let's just throw
Since
our
they're
baggage
dead,
at people the first
and
time
ask
we
them.
meet. For no reason.
I agree. Lissa would be in perfectly good hands with the best guardian at St. Vladimir's Academy.
Thank you.
Although, that may be hard, given your ranking.
Wow. How fucking rude. The fact that they went to church in the original books, or how the church is portrayed here, no one can stand on that side of the church, except for the priests. If we're talking about Orthodox Christianity.
It's Friday. It's challenge day. She wants to boost her ranking.
Come on, already? I've only got to be number 1 for like a day.
I'm more comfortable on top.
You talked once. Stop it.
Unfortunately, kiddo, Andre's death changes everything for you, including your plans for your future. What we want and what we must do are often miles apart. Listen, what's wrong?
Oh, she's going to fuck up because of that. I said that I'm going to go into this with open mind, but I'm not liking the decisions. Not liking them so far, at least.
You keep asking me if I'm gonna be okay. Are you?
This umbrella somehow is even worse. The next one is gonna be transparent.
They were everything a family should be. Your mom hugged me every time I saw her. Hello and goodbye. And your dad made jokes about my accent. Meanwhile, my mom was off in parts unknown. And my dad, well, who knows?
Honestly, that is the best piece of dialogue so far. They run, of course, how tragic.
We should get going. It's one thing to sneak outside of the wards in the day, but if we get caught out here during Strigoi hours, we're fucked.
They're acting as if Strigoi are literally everywhere, and there are so many of them.
I don't know, I feel sick.
The special effects. They literally are werewolves. They're supposed to be hot enough, so when... Sorry, spoiler here. So when Dmitri turns Strigoi, he's a little bit hot still.
Protecting Lissa is my job. My only role here is to ensure that nothing happens to her. What you did was reckless and impulsive, no matter how good you are.
Looks like you're swarming it with the rest of us now.
Who's surprised?
I want to see if you're okay.
You don't get that many good shots in, I'll be fine.
I didn't mean that.
Mason, I really only have 2 uses for you right now, and I'm not really in the mood to spar, so...
I don't know what's happening.
For the next heir to the throne, I name Vasilisa Dragomir.
Why are you all acting so surprised? You knew that. Okay guys, hear me out. I know that there are a lot of people out there who are in love with the series. It means a lot to them and they would be willing to continue watching this series regardless of the quality. I'm not even that attached to the text. I was very willing to accept the changes, but they made so many that it hardly resembles the original books. Dashkov is not sick. I don't know how I feel about that change in particular because I was not a fan of it in my deep dive video. If you have not seen it, watch it. I was not a big fan of it because the disabled villain is such a trope, but it now doesn't seem like there is a strong storyline to keep the series going? What are they fighting against? Moroi that look like werewolves? They took away the bit about them running away, which I think was actually a mistake, because in the books it established a concise and clear storyline. They added some politics into it, but they don't mean anything yet for me, so I don't know how it's going to play out. A lot of the themes that I liked from the books, the discussions about slut-shaming, rape culture, misogyny, are out the window. They're no longer present, and those parts, those themes made the books unique for the time when they came out. So I'm really not particularly impressed with the storyline or what they've done with it. The acting and dialogue is a bit stiff as well, and it concerns a lot of the actors. And they're trying to drown the stiffness by adding so much unnecessary background music that is very distracting. I'm simply not going to pretend that I'm happy with it. There are a few things that I actually liked. For example, I think 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕸 was casted well. I think the actor embodies his attitude very well. And I also find that Rose's and 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕸's chemistry is pretty good. Rose's and Lisa's chemistry is terrible though, and their relationship is the central point of the story. In general, I'm not particularly impressed with Lisa as a character. I wasn't a big fan of her in the books as well, but here they had an opportunity to flesh her out a bit more, and she's still a bit of a wet blanket, so that's really disappointing. I don't know why they made Rose and May's date, or I guess they just hook up. Maybe they're trying to make Rose's and 𝕊𝕆𝕀𝕸's relationship forbidden without making him much older than her. That would be an option, and I think I would actually welcome it because I was not a big fan of the age gap. So some choices are understandable, or I guess my interpretations of those choices, but a lot of the other choices don't really inspire me. Overall, I would say that the first episode reminds me of the Shadowhunters, and I suspect that just as with Shadowhunters, despite the low quality of the TV show, people are going to watch because they love the original. We'll see. That is what I have to say. If you liked it more than I did, tell me why. I would actually really like to discuss it. I will try to mull the whole thing over in my head because I just watched it once. On that note, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with another one. But until then,